This video is to show you how to add quizzes or tests or any type of assessment. It all falls under the same category when you're doing it in the OHS. I will say that depending if you have an old version of an online high school class or if you have one of the Summit versions, there might be some slight differences in the step, but in general, this is the process you follow. So you go to Upload and Create, and you choose New Quiz. Again, this is for any type of assessment you're creating. You want to enter the title. You would decide whether you want students to see it or not. If you keep it hidden, remember you're going to have to come back and turn it on so the students can see it. So once you create your actual title, then you go into creating the questions and the details, the due dates, and connecting it to your grade box. So again, you can see right here when it's time to turn it on so that students can see it, you want to make it visible. And then you can add your due dates if you need to add due dates. And there's quiz setup, and I'll come back to this assessment part in a second. So first thing you want to do is do quiz setup. You're going to click under the Properties tab, Add Edit Questions. You have two options here. You can either create brand new questions yourself by going to New, choosing whatever type of question you want, and then following the prompts. Or if you want to share a assessment that maybe you created in another class or you're borrowing from another teacher, you could go to Import, do the Import from Learning Repository, and follow the directions. Once you have all your questions done, you will see them right here, and then you click Done Editing Questions. Next thing you want to go to is the assessment tab, and we're going to add a gradebook item. So first I'm going to do add grade item, type in the name. You want to put what category you want it in. So for me, I want this in Unit 8. So I'm going to click on Unit 8. I'm going to change the amount of points to whatever amount of points my final is going to be. Then I click Save. Oops, it gave me a double screen here. Okay, so now you can see that I have it in the final exam. Now you want to click both of these buttons, okay? The first one is going to allow the student to see their grade, and then the second one is going to make sure that it automatically goes to your gradebook. Now this is where it's different depending on which type of OHS format you have, whether it's new or old, but some allow you to adjust attempts here. Either way, you want to make sure you save as you're doing this. Some of the other things you could do in this tab, again, restrictions, this will have like your due dates in it. So if you want to just set your due dates here, you could do that as well. If you want to do anything about timing or allow a special access, this again is specific depending on which type of OHS course you have. Some of the newer versions of Summit do not have this option, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, so you create all of this, and then once you have that done, you're going to click Save and Close. And then there's one final step that you need to check to make sure that you have it connected to your gradebook. So you can see right here, you see that it says Assessment Unit 8 Final Exam. So right here, it is connected. That's what you want to double check before you're done. And then, of course, I always recommend that you go to the actual place in the content menu, make sure it is where you want it to go. You also have the option of viewing as students. So for me, here's my final exam down here. And then if you want, you always have the option, if you go up to your username and do view as students, you can see what the student sees. Just make sure if you're going to do this, you have to go back and turn it on visible so that you can see it, just to double check that everything looks the way you want it to look. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out to your mentor and we are happy to help. Thanks so much.